Happy New Year, folks, whether you're entering 2019 or 2023. Hello everyone and welcome to part 5 of our Conquer the Euro FUTMOD 2019 Let's Play with Dortmund. As today, we start off 2023 after our big massive international break / winter break with a game against Borussia Mönchengladbach in the league at home, followed by the third round of the DFB Pokal against Schalke away from home. Now let's talk about the last 2 months. Obviously, as you will remember, the last time we played on camera was at the end of October with Berlin and Bayern Munich. So it's been about 2.5 months away from camera, but not much has happened since then, to be quite honest. We played 3 games since then, in fact 4 games, in which we didn't show on camera. We won in the DFB Pokal second round before the international break. We followed Pulisic, Balotelli and Pepelu getting the goals. In fact, though, Bochum did take the lead, credit to them, and they're 1-0 up before half-time. But a slap on the wrist for the players meant that, they just got over it quickly. And then we dropped 2 points against Hanover, our last game of the first part of the Bundesliga. I was really disappointed with this, to be honest, because they were 2-0 up at half-time. It seems the start of our games, a bit of a pattern, the start of our games aren't particularly good. They were 2-0 up before half-time, then Pulisic brought it back and Volland for 2 each. Moiski made it 3-2, and then Enner Valencia came back and made it 3 each, which is really annoying and meant that we dropped 2 points in the league. Have we played them before in the league? No, we haven't, so there might be a bit of a bogey team for us, because Hanover are actually last in the league, so not a good result for us by any accounts. Then we beat Botasani and Brøndby by 3 and 2-1, which means that after that Group A, we did end up with 18 points. A really easy group in the end, really happy with that. And we've actually drawn Saint Etienne for the first knockout round of the Europa League. It seems that we don't actually have... See, I used to think that it was... Obviously not. It used to be first and second legs, but for the first knockout round, it's just one game. That's interesting. So, just the one game against Saint Etienne. At least it doesn't clog up our fixture list too much. We play them at home, so we've got the home advantage. I didn't realise that, to be quite honest. On the 9th of Feb, which is my birthday. That's all lovely jubbly. And apart from that, we don't really have much to talk about. We have much to talk about in the Prem. Well, it is technically the Premier League of Germany. We have got 2 games in hand on the big boys. If we can win today's game and win our other game in hand, then we end up on the same points as Hertha Berlin. But it seems that Leipzig are the team to beat at the moment. They did win the league a few seasons back, but Bayern Munich aren't having the best campaign. And to be fair to Leipzig, they've only lost 1 game so far. Well, that's an interesting one, but let's get into today's game. Just a few things before we get into it. We've made 1 or 2 transfers since you guys have last one with me. A few players gone out on loan, and we have sold Alassane Pli to Cardiff for 5 million. His contract ran out at the end of the year. He did have a good year on loan at Cologne last year, but he has played no games for us so far this year, so the fact that he was ever here has been wiped off. He's gone to Cardiff for 5 million. His contract was going to end and he was going to go for free, so that's 5 million in the bank. And we've also bought in a big name, Gonzalo Higuain up front. I know we've got a lot of attackers, but he comes here with a winning mentality. He's cost us 1 million. His contract was going to run out at the end of the season. It looks that he's still a proven goal scorer, albeit he hasn't played that much in the last few years. But if we can get his match fitness up, and we've actually got a 2.5-year contract with Gonzalo Higuain, so we'll see how he gets on. He's retired from international football after the most recent World Cup, in which, who were the champions? That's the question. I don't actually know who won the World Cup. That was why we were off, of course, for 2 months. Portugal won the World Cup. France were in the final. Ronaldo getting the Golden Boot once again. Unbelievable. So he's focused on football in domestic form. But it looks like he's already better than Balotelli. Balotelli, to be honest, has been a little bit of a Saido Berahino in this league. He just hasn't cut it, I don't think. He hasn't cut the mustard in the Bundesliga. A bit of a waste of money in the end. He has scored a lot of goals continental-wise, but I think that's been hyper-inflated by his goals at the start of the season. But let's actually get into some football, shall we? Let's play Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, we've got Jack Butland and Ngoy Wan-Bissaka on the right, because we do have a bad injury to our other left-back, Wagnerman, and he's out between 6 weeks and 2 months. He's played quite a few games this year, but Wan-Bissaka is going to have a little run in the team scene, as he is going to be needed for at least 2 months now that our player's injured with a hip injury. Pongracic and Milenkovic are in the middle, with Horn on the left. Milenkovic is also wanted by Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool and Benfica, and we put an asking price of 60 million. So if he leaves the club, we will be looking for a new centre-back. And then I was going to say Timo Horn's at left-back, bit of a change of position for him. And then Matty Eckel and Sergio Gomez are in the midfield, in Pulisic and Keane on the wings, and then Origi and Kevin Volland are up front for our first game since the international break. It's been a very long international break, and it'd be great to get back into it. And it's really weird because we've only played 13 of our Bundesliga games, so it's not an equal split at all. We've got to play 21 games as opposed to the 13 we played before the international break. But if we can start off with a win, it is really the start to a new season, I think, because, you know, we've had so long out that it is kind of like the start to a new season. So we'll see how we get on here against Borussia Mönchengladbach. They haven't had the worst start to the season. I know it sounds crazy to say in January they haven't had the worst start to the season, but we're not midway in yet. So, you know, we're still in the second third of the season. We're about 35% of the way through the season. But they've had a good start to the season. Haven't conceded that many, to be fair to them. Only 17 goals. They've scored 21, so not the highest scoring in the league. But it seems that they've had a much better start against us at the moment, and we haven't really had much to comment on in the first half an hour. But of course, we do need to win this. Every match is crucial, whether it be the fact that, you know, we've just come off an international break. We can't use that as an excuse whatsoever, because we've got to make sure we win every single game possible in order to win the Bundesliga this year. But a good pass from Origi to Keane. But unfortunately, Keane can't do much with it. So it's back to Andrada, which is our player you might recognise from Liverpool. We did bring him in. I think it was from Villarreal for about 2 million as a wonder kid, and he's out on loan here at Gladbach. But a good pass from Pongracic back to Wan-Bissaka to Ekel, or Ekel. I can't decide which one to call him at the moment. Wan-Bissaka, what a pass that is to Kevin Volland. But he doesn't quite get over the defender, unfortunately. But Moise Keane is running towards it. But at the moment, this looks like it could well be a Gladbach goal, because they've got had a lot of possession in the final third. Hazard has a shot, and it's quite a poor one, to be quite honest. We are going to move our tactic to the Dortmund counter-attack, because it doesn't seem to be working whatsoever today. So we are just going to consider that we're just going to move that counter-attack in play and see how we get on. We need to swap those two about. Yeah, we'll keep it like that, especially for the next 15 minutes, because it seems we're not getting the possession, we're not winning the ball too much, and perhaps more of a counter-attacking approach may well be the way to go. And it seems that, to be fair, it has worked in numerous games in this league so far. So we're hoping for a quick response from this, but this may well be a first goal. Hazard's in the box, he has a shot. Good save, though, from Jack Butland, who actually is under interest from Liverpool. Funny that, isn't it? Blimey. 30 million, they haven't actually made a bid, but that's what the press are saying. They reckon 30 million will be how much they want for him. To be fair, he's on the wrong side of 20 as Butland, and admittedly, he's been a decent goalkeeper, but we have been quite leaky at the back. But it might well be down to our defenders. I'm not quite sure what that's about, but we have been quite leaky at the back. So if Liverpool came with perhaps 50 million, I would probably accept it. But at the price of 30 million, that's quite poor, considering that the market's increased, of course, of prices, and it's not the best price in the world. So we'd have to reconsider that and see how we get on. If there is a bid made, of course, there may well not be a bid made. But Wan-Bissaka's gone central here. Back out to Ekel, to Pulisic. Pulisic on the edge of the box, back to Gomez. Gomez has a shot, and Muller has to save. What a lovely curling shot, Gomez. And we know he's got that ability to get some lovely curl into his shots and some bend in his shots because of the brilliant free kicks he's took in the last few episodes. But it looks like there's not really much happening in this game. We have gone cautious. It seems we're having a lot more possession now. Maybe well fitting to go on attacking at this point, because it seems that we are on top now after half-time, after we give our players a slap on the wrist. But just as we say that, they have a brilliant counter-attack, a brilliant ball up the pitch, very much a route one ball up the pitch to Jordan Ayew. But Jack Butland at very close range manages to save it. But it is very much a weird one so far. It looks like it's all Gladbach in terms of the shots they've had, but it seems that they're not really being clinical. They've had 6 shots on target out of the 14. But we need to do something soon, or else it is going to end 0-0, or possibly with a loss for us. But we're going to bring Gomez off now, because he seems a bit tired for Pepelu, who's going to play Mazzala. We're also going to take Moise Keane off for Harry Wilson, who can play as a winger. Yeah, on attack. And we'll put Pulisic back to his winger position. In fact, advanced playmaker, you can go. And then if nothing can happen now, we are going to tell the players to demand a little bit more from them. But if nothing happens now, we will most certainly try and bring Balotelli on in the last few minutes. But we've gone to the more attacking tactic now. Whether that's going to prove right or wrong, I'm not sure. Just making sure that we have got the right positions on, etc. Because, of course, it does change every match. We need to switch those two about. We are going to bring Balotelli on now, actually, for Kevin Volland. He hasn't had the best start to the Bundesliga whatsoever his career. As we said, a little bit of a Berahino. But, you know, if he can score a goal tonight, it will be very memorable. And I'll certainly remember it when I'm picking my teams. Good pass back from Origi to Wan-Bissaka. What a cross from him into Pepelu. It's a lucky one, albeit, but a great assist from Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right, who is being tried. And, you know, he could well, if he starts playing well on that position, start to sniff at Wagnerman's permanent place in the first team. But really nice from Origi and Aaron Wan-Bissaka working together there. A good cross. It was a little bit lucky in which the goalkeeper was fumbled, but it was a good header nonetheless from Pepelu. And that may well be the one chance that wins it for us. But they have got a corner of Gladbach, and it's in the box, and Balotelli gets that one out. Can we get a second and get this game washed and dried away. But Origi's on the wing. Lovely ball centralised to Harry Wilson in the box. Wilson in the box, he shoots. And the two former Liverpool players combine to make it a quick fire second. And I think, as it says at the bottom there, I think that wraps up the win for us. Very lucky in the end, really. But a few bits of class from Origi, really. To be fair, you could argue he was very much involved in both goals. A brilliant cross, though, to Wilson there. Number 7, I think that was Pulisic, was kind of in Wilson's way. It was Pepelu, not Pulisic. Sorry, Christian. But Pepelu really in Wilson's way there. But luckily, Wilson can get past him. And he's made it 2-0. The nice thing now to tick off our box would be a clean sheet. That would be really nice. And of course, a clean sheet really helps our goal difference. It's going to be crucial at the end of the season. What a ball that is from Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka to Origi, and it's 3-0. It seems that once the floodgates have opened for Gladbach, it seems that they've just completely shut down. A second assist from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and that's 3 goals in the space of about 5 minutes. And I have to say, within the last 5 minutes, apart from anything else, we've been really crucial. And a boring game for both sides really ended up in a convincing win for us. So fair play. We've got a few minutes left. I don't think we will. Well, we can't make any subs, but I don't think we will concede now. If we can make it 4 now, that's absolutely fantastic. What a ball that is to Wilson. Oh, just the post denying Wilson of a fourth and a second for him. What a last few minutes it's been to a game. Really exciting. Playing with some real passion and just some real, tempo, and that's brilliant to see. Bissaka, can he get a hat-trick of assists? I forgot what the word was there, but Wilson into Pulisic. Pulisic again, and very nearly a fourth. But we are really, really going for it now. It seems to be having a highlight every other minute at the moment. But very good stuff from us today. We worked hard for it and we were made to work hard for it. But in the end, 3 good shots, 3 good chances out of the 17 shots we've had. And we've made it a very convincing minute. May well still be 4-0 with the amount of attacks we're having and how dominant we seem to be in the last 10-15 minutes here. But I'm not going to complain whatsoever about that. The best way to come back after that massive international break is to get a win, ultimately. And we've been convincing here. So I'm really happy about that. We've got Schalke in the next go of the DFB Pokal, aka the German League Cup. And then after that, we may well get into the German League Cup quarter-finals. Good stuff from Wan-Bissaka to win that. It's a goal kick for us, and I think that is pretty much going to be it now, because as soon as Butland gets the goal, it will tick over to the 94th minute, and they reckon that the manager worked wonders at the break. I'm not going to dispute that, but 3 goals in 5 minutes was enough to win here. Really, we need more of a secure game against Schalke, and a better overall performance. But a win to win, and I'm hoping that's exactly what we get again when we play Schalke in a few days' time. It seems I like League Cups in this save, and we've gone with a bit of experience today. We've given Higuain his first ever game for Dortmund. Hopefully he scores one today. Balotelli also starts for us, as well as Ramsey. So we've got a bit of an ageing squad today. Rojo also starts. So we've picked some of the experienced players. Genuinely, it wasn't really because we thought we'd pick experienced players. It's just funny how it's fell that we've picked some of the more experienced players. So, Schalke's a tough task, really. We did lose against Schalke, I think. Can't remember. But I think we lost against Schalke earlier on in the season. So they're not an easy opponent whatsoever. And we lost to them, of course, away from home. I think we're pretty much unbeaten at home so far this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we were. We're just going to put it back onto the control, actually. But actually, they might well have a red card here. I'm just going to change the tactics because me being an idiot, I didn't prop the proper tactic on before the start of the game. We went with the Dortmund control tactic, but it didn't really work in the last game. So we're going to switch to the LFC tactic, which we have been using for a little bit. In which, to be fair, that worked in the last game. So, the logic would be to use it here, but we're going to go with that. But let's see if Weston McKennie, he's been called over by the ref. Is he going to be sent off? He is. Well. That makes our job slightly easier, but does put a little bit of pressure on us. So it's a catch-22, really. I should have really put to demand more off the players rather than pushing forward there. It's just a slip of the mouse, if you like. But they are still very much dominating, which I can't quite get my head round, to be honest, at the moment. We're going to get back to the counter-attacking formation. It seems it's the same plan that we seem to be using for both games today. It's 0-0 still. Can we get a goal here? Higuain back to Wan-Bissaka. Surely not another assist for Wan-Bissaka. Konrad Laimer into Brun Larsen, and it's just over the bar. But that's our first real threatening shot. Neither of our shots actually on target so far. But quite a poor start considering that they're down to 10 men. They've definitely been the best team so far. Looking at the possession they've had, we've less players than us. To have 61% possession is absolutely bonkers. But we've got 45 minutes to go. We gave the players a slap on the wrist last time, and we've given them the same this time, and hopefully it should work. But yeah, it's starting to work, to be fair. We're getting a little bit more possession, but we are going to have to start attacking a little bit more, I think, to make sure that we actually push out the difference. And it seems that none of our strikers have been too clinical today. It seems that none of their strikers have been clinical either, to be honest. Only about 30% of their shots on target, 40% now, if we want to be all mathematical. But stats don't really matter. The only stat that does matter, of course, is the result. But so hopefully Pongracic doesn't mess up this clearance now. Pongracic to Horn. I keep wanting to call him Timo Horn. It's really annoying. Pongracic over to Rojo. Just get it out. Good stuff. Brun Larsen. Rojo having the right idea. Brun Larsen to Ramsey. Ramsey across the pitch to Pulisic. Really nice. But he comes central. Back to Ramsey. Brun Larsen. Apparently, the other manager's waving his team forward, but that ain't really going to happen if they are stuck back to the defensive lines because of our high pressing. Timo Horn. Lima has a shot. It's just wide of the goal, and we're going to tell our players to demand more of them now because I'm getting a little bit sick of this because we're not really doing too well. But we are going to bring Balotelli off for Origi. Balotelli, he's only got a 1-year contract, I think. So, as it stands, I think he is going to leave at the end of the year on a free because second time round, we've not done too well with Balotelli, to be honest. Are we going to be out of the League Cup, though, here? It's still no goals. A goal, I am sure, though, will decide it, though, at some point. Good pass from Wan-Bissaka to Ramsey. Horn on the edge of the box. Brun Larsen has a shot. It's just off the post. The post just denying him there. Their keeper had certainly been well beaten by that. But it looks like we're the attacking force at the moment. But that can all change, of course, very quickly. Ramsey out wide. Higuain's had a quiet game. I wonder whether he can do anything. Horn into the box for Pulisic. Has a header. And it's straight to the goalkeeper. I do wonder, though, if Higuain can do anything here. He's had a bit of a quiet debut. Brilliant for his Dortmund career if we get a goal here to win us the match. Rojo puts the ball out to Horn. Can we get another attack going? Possibly. Brun Larsen to Eckel. Eckel back out wide to Horn. Horn seems to be on the ball a lot recently. In fact, to be fair, it's because it's going down the left a lot. But Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the edge of the box into Higuain. Nothing coming of it yet. But Ramsey to Brun Larsen. It's our first goal of the game. I knew a goal was coming for one team here because there was a massive highlight. But Ramsey put it to Brun Larsen. The Dortmund fans chant Brun Larsen's name. And he's doing very well today. Fair play to him. Ramsey with a good assist there. Wan-Bissaka, the two Aarons linking up. No, it wasn't really, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Aaron Ramsey linking up technically. And a good movement from Brun Larsen, really, to get it back of the net. But now we just need to make sure we survive. We're going to bring Milenkovic on for Pongracic because it seems that Pongracic is quite tired. We're going to go back to counter-attacking. And it looks like another 2 wins out of this episode. And that is a very good start to the year. I don't know if we've got the draw for the next round coming up soon. Because if we do, I might show that on the video. That'd be quite good. Bayern Munich are still in the competition. So Bayern are the big team, really, in the competition. But again, it's like the league. They're not doing too well in the league. So you could say that Leipzig are the big team in it, potentially, if you want to do that for argument's sake. But we've knocked out a big team here, really, in Schalke. Only a 1-0 win, but every goal matters. Brun Larsen getting the late goal, and I'm just going to tell the players not to be too complacent for the next match. The quarter-final draw is in 2 days, so I will leave you for a second, and then we'll watch the quarter-final draw of the League Cup in a few days' time. I didn't think we'd get a draw today, because it is 11:15 at night, but, we're up, we've got our dressing gown on, and we're in front of the telly, even though it's not going to be televised, let's be honest. It might be, on German version of BBC One. Any Germans in the comments, let me know what that is. Right, here's the draw. The only big team left, Leipzig's actually out. Augsburg, Bayern, ourselves, Freiburg, Hertha, Stuttgart, Werder Bremen, and Vehen Wiesbaden, who might well be in the league below. First team out of the draw is Augsburg, and they will play against Werder Bremen. Okay, that's 2 teams from our league out. Dortmund, that's us at home against Vehen Wiesbaden. So, not being cocky, I am being cocky, but that looks like a good run to the semi-final. Bayern and Hertha are the 2 big teams that are in it as well. And they play each other, so it's only going to be one of those left, and possibly we might not even have to face one of those till the final. So I'm feeling good about this, and I reckon that, like in the Liverpool side, we will probably win the League Cup this year. But if you have enjoyed that, folks, make sure to leave a like. Again, Happy New Year to you, folks. I hope it brings you joy and all that nonsense, and yeah, have a good year. But of course, your year started watching a TIG. TIG? I'm not TIG. Your year started watching a TIJ video, so pop a subscription down below if you have enjoyed the video, of course. And as well, leave a like, comment down below your thoughts, and as I've said before, subscribe to the channel if you are new. But for today, I don't control what comes out of this sometimes. I just go completely delally. But for daily FM content, make sure to subscribe down below. But for today, see what I did there? For today, that is about it. So thank you very much for watching, folks, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place, as usual, on the channel. Make sure you subscribe to receive the notifications of the videos coming out. But until the next time, folks, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.